mic working? I can't tell. Where do I see if I'm live? Is my mic working? Is my mic working? Okay, I believe it is. Okay, so anyway, for those of you who are interested, I can't imagine there's tons of people, but maybe there's a handful of you out there. I've been playing this game of pathofExile for, well, since basically the beginning of COVID when all that nonsense started. And I decided that I'm going to create a witch and do a minion build and use the Squire and Arakali Fangs, who's the spider.
The very sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
And I figured I would grind through the axe and level this character up, more or less, and just stream it. Just because. So, alright, so we gotta get this wand. Is there anything else? Oh, I should equip it. You'd think I'm a noob. Well, I kind of am a noob with this.
That'll do for now. I thought I saw some smoke rising just north of here.
No, we'll just skip all that. There we go.
The will soon rise for me, not against me.
So, we need to equip that. So if there's anybody that plays pathofExile and wants to jump on, I'm on console, I'm on PS5, or you can join me on PS4. I play with people on PS4 as well. So basically I'm just gonna level this character, try to get it to maps, get it to about level 70 or so, and then I had a character going with the Arakali's Fang doing the spider minion build, but I deleted it because I didn't want to deal with all the nonsense with it. It was not 100% right, and so I just deleted the build, and it was doing okay. I mean, I was doing like
I need more mana.
About half the end game stuff, but I couldn't beat Cirrus and some of the tougher ones. So, but I could do like a lot of the Conquerors and a lot of the harder content with it, but it just wasn't right, and it wasn't worth fidgeting with. So I figured I'd just do a proper build with the Witch, which seems to be the go-to build for the Arakalis. So that's what we're gonna do. And if you, like I said, if you have a console, if you have PS4, PS5, you can add me. And if you want to jump in and join me on my adventure grinding the horrible axe. They're the worst. I've done this 100 times, and it's just, ugh. It usually takes me probably, if I push it, grinding the axe with a new build will probably take me about, I would say, because I grind, I check everything, so it probably takes me 10 or 12 hours. But if I push it, I've done the axe with a build in, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 hours, and I think that's pushing it. But then I end up going back later because there's some stuff you'll leave behind, like the extra side quests and stuff where you can get like more passives and respec points, I'll go back later. Once I level my build up better, I'll run back through 'em and blow through them. Same thing with the ascendancies. I'll usually do like the first one, or depending on how confident I feel, I might do the second one before I leave the axe. But generally, I wait until I'm a little stronger before I go running into the ascendancy, the trials, because I don't feel like having to struggle with those. And if you don't have your build right, you can struggle.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Hey, there we go. But you're more than welcome to add me on PlayStation and jump in here. I'm also doing Baldur's Gate and a couple other games too. But I jump, when I get free time, I jump in between this and Baldur's Gate. And like I said, the pathofExile is just I've played it so much, over the last 2-3 years that it's just a time killer for me now. I experiment more than anything with my builds. I don't know, just the leagues. The leagues haven't been that exciting. I mean, they had Harvest League, which I thought was amazing. And when I first started out, I think my very first league was Delirium League way back when. And then it jumped into Harvest, and then it seems like all the leagues. Now, Ritual League wasn't bad. I liked Ritual League. And then Heist was okay. That was another one that was pretty decent. But all the other ones, they're all kind of like repetitious, kind of like all the same. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special. And they nerf everything in this game, in case you don't know that. If you don't know anything about this game, they nerf everything all the time. Like the last league, they had the totem.
I saw what you did to Lion Eyes watched.
And people were just like going crazy with the totem build. And I even played League so I can do it. And ultimately, they ended up just nerfing it out of existence, basically. And so you go through, you spend 3 months grinding. And ultimately they just come in and just nerf everything. It's just it's so annoying. It's so annoying. All right, let's allocate some passives. So we want to get to, let's see. So we need to be, my goodness. Okay, so we need clusters. I already got the minion clusters and stuff. So I got everything for the build for the most part. I got all the gems, all the gear. I just need a basically level 80 witch with the right ascendancies instead of a scion, because that's what I did. I created a scion and tried the Arakalis with that. And the scion is very tricky. And there was nothing I could do with it, and I didn't want to mess with it, so I just got rid of it. So we need to get all the way down here. I'm just going to wing it here with these passives. But I know there are 3 sets of clusters that need to go in. And I looked at some builds, and everybody has the clusters. So they have these clusters up here. Let me zoom in. So you got these clusters up here. And then you got the clusters here. And then, of course, the ones down here. So that's what we need to do. So we need to start out here. Where are we here? And figure out where we need to start off. So the main focus of this build is minions. So increase mana. Do we need mana? So I'll probably end up respecking this at some point. But I know we need mana. So we'll start out here. And I have 1 point. to allocate. Why is it not letting me allocate? Let me see here. See, you would think I'm a complete noob with this. That's okay. I'm not the best at this. I've played with some really good players. I've watched a lot of videos on Path of Exile over the years. There's some really good players. Um, they have like everything like basically memorized. Me, I don't. Let's see here. Said there was a couple comments, but I don't see comments. Let me see here. Live chat, streaming. Said there was comments. I don't see comments. I guess nobody. Let's see, all messages. Yeah, I don't see any messages. It said there was a couple comments, and I didn't see any. So I try to address it. If somebody was going to comment, I would try to respond. So jump in the chat. So I guess it's going to force me over here. Why is it not letting me allocate points? What am I missing? What is happening? I have a point to allocate. This is where you start out, right? I don't care. Let's try this again. Let's figure this out. So we need to get down here. I know that. So we start out up here. Why wouldn't it? It's crazy. Why wouldn't it? Well, this game's all kinds of buggy and glitchy. In case you didn't know that, Path of Exile, especially on console, is just it's wonky. I guess I'm not allowed to allocate points. Well, how about that? Okay. Why did I even pick up all this junk? Oh, that's right. All right, let's do this. Because I'm in standard, I'm in standard. I have tons of everything. I have tons of currency. So much so that I needed a second stash tab. And I have multiple map tabs. They're all hidden, though. I have 1,135 out of 1180. What is it, 1185? So I have 1,135, the uniques. But there's probably closer to about 1,155, probably 20 more uniques that could go in here. But I have them on all the different characters that I'm using. So there's like I got Mage Blood and Headhunter, and I got a bunch of all that. I got all that cool stuff. I just haven't been really keeping up with the special league uniques after every league. I got a lot of legacy stuff too, but for the most part,
Hello.
I'm not worried about leveling in standard because by default that's where all your stuff goes after every league. And so I got tons of currency, like in this stash tab. Look, they got 64 divine here, 400 and some 400 there. I got exalts, which exalts aren't really a big deal. That was a shocker too. The whole exalt divine swap there, that kind of threw me off when they did that. Tons of chaos, or I got tons of currency. So let's throw on a tabula rasa. Let's see, do we got one? So yeah, if you're interested, add me on PlayStation and jump in here with me at some point. Let me know. It'd be kind of cool. I really don't play with anybody on Path of Exile very often. Everybody, especially in standard, there's not a lot of people that play this on console in standard. There might be 40, 50, 60 people, I'm guessing, that play in standard on console. Uh, Generally, you have several thousand people that are playing League on console, and then everybody just dumps after the League. They just dump everything in Standard, and then they just wait for the new League. So, see, here's all my minion stuff right here, all ready to go. See, I got the Squire. I got the is this a Legacy? No, this isn't. This isn't the Legacy Gladiator, the Brass Dome. So everything is from my last build. Everything's ready to go. Everything's here. Here's the Arakalis. Though I did take the Awaken multiple. No, it was the multi-strike. Awaken multi-strike is out on another build right now. I got all my rings, amulets. Here's my clusters, all my jewels, everything ready to go. Here's my belt, which is a Stygian Vice. The flasks, everything's ready to go. Well, maybe not these flasks, but yeah. So for the most part, I got to level up. I got to level up this witch and get the passive right and make sure. And so I think I got to get her to a minimum of level 80. So I got to get her to level 80, and then that way she can fully equip everything from the last build. Make sure the passive's right, and then, like I said, I got all 3 clusters here. There's only one cluster or 2 clusters that are slightly off, because with the Arakali build that I'm trying to do here, you need 3 large cluster jewels with 12 passes with the minions, the minion clusters, that is. And then you got to have each one at level 84, so you can get the 35% increased effect on there. So as you can see, I have all of them, or all 3 clusters are at level 84, but only one is at level 12, and the other ones are 11 passives. But they all have the right rolls on them, more or less. And the mana reservation, mortifying aspect, and I have a pretty decent Watcher's Eye. I think it's very suitable for the build. And I'm using Vermilion rings that I'm going to level into as well. So you got to be level 80 for these as well. So these are pretty good too. They could be better, but I didn't spend a ton of time rolling these. So, I could probably spend time, min-maxing and tweaking and doing all that stuff. But for the most part, so for those of you who don't know, like in games like this, like these like I like dungeon crawler games, and a lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to do Diablo at some point, and I've been waiting on that because I know the first several months, or first couple months of that was just a disaster, and I kept waiting to see how it was going to play out. And sure enough, all the videos and everything that I was watching, they had all kinds of issues. So, and for the price point on a game like that, and it's a lot of pay to play type stuff, so I haven't pulled the trigger on Diablo 4. I'm dying to play it, but I can't do it. If they dropped the price down more reasonable, then I'd probably pull the trigger and do it. But for the most part, right now I'm in the middle of Baldur's Gate. After Baldur's Gate, we're in the 3rd act in Baldur's Gate. So, all right, so we got a Tabula. There's probably not a whole lot I can put on right now as far as level 1 boots, gloves, and anything else, helmets. I don't know if I really need it. And like I said, I'm just winging it with this build, and I grind. Like, I could fly through the axe, but I'm just not gonna. I don't like doing that. I like taking my time and enjoying it. So I should see if I can get some generic boots on here. Let's see. Let's do this. I just need some kind of boots. We'll grab some kind of boots. Anything will work. So let's see what I got in my stash that'll let me equip for level 2. probably nothing. So here's some gloves. Look at this. What we got here? Yeah, these will work. We'll just throw these on just to have something. So we'll get those on. Already got a generic belt. There's probably not going to be a whole lot to really equip until you get to basically level, oh, I don't know, 20, 25. Then you can start exploring a few more options. Here we go. There's an amulet. We'll throw this on. Anything to make the grind just a little bit more smooth. And I know I can find a different wand in my unique tab. Let's see what else we got here. Well, feel free to say hello. If you're interested in joining me, hit me up on console, PS5, and jump in with me. Let's see, I am looking for, excuse me, I'm looking for anything I can equip on her. So I'm looking for a helmet and gloves. Anything that says I can equip, I'm just going to throw on. And I should probably grab a couple flasks too. See, that's the thing. It's kind of like cheating in when you're playing standard and you've accumulated all this gear. And I got some mirror tier gear and different stuff that I've accumulated. It's kind of like cheating in its own way. Kind of, sort of. But on console, it's different than playing on PC, which I've learned. People I've played with that play on both will tell you it's just completely night and day. Like during League, especially the beginning of the League, the first 2-3 weeks of League on console, people want like 50 Chaos Orbs for a Tabula Rasa. Like it's the most ridiculous. Don't get me started with this game. I can complain about so many things. It's silly. It's just obnoxious. Because you might be lucky to get a Divine drop or an Exalt drop on console. I don't know. I think there's some bias, to be honest with you. I think there's some favoritism PC versus console players. And I've had many conversations with people about that. Like you might get a Divine drop, and I run juice maps with my Ranger. She's like my strongest build, and my Caustic Arrow Ranger, and she can wipe through a map in probably 2 minutes. Any map, just basically any map, and I can run just about all content in any map as long as it has. The only thing is, as long as it doesn't say cannot regen mana or life, then with that one exception, with that one mod, it doesn't matter. There's just nothing on the mods that I look at when I do maps, and I just juice them up, I corrupt them, and I blow through them. And I might get a Divine. This is no joke. I've done this, and I might get a Divine 1 out of every 150 maps, maybe, give or take. And that's just the most ridiculous. So I run Harbingers on everything, and that's how I'll get my like Ancient Orbs and Exalt Shards and try to build it that way. And it's the same with Exalts. They didn't boost the Exalt drops at all. I've actually gotten more Divine drops than I have Exalt drops. And like I said, I'm grinding, these maps pretty good. Huh. What's the difference between this one and this one? Yeah, we'll throw this. It doesn't really matter what I'm putting on right now, but I just want to find some gloves. I don't know how much low-end stuff I have just floating around. I'm not even seeing any rings or anything. I just want to throw something on just to make sure I'm somewhat equipped. Here we go. We got some boots here. 7 league step. There we go. 0 requirements. Throw them on. I'll be nice and speedy because that gives you a 50% increase in movement speed. So I'll be able to fly around pretty quick, which is kind of cool. And why does it keep saying I have messages? And I got my phone in front of me, and I look to see the messages. I don't see any comments, and it says they have comments. That's all right. So anyway, let's see here. Okay, any rings? I know. I'm boring. I'm a boring streamer. I could switch to my Ranger and just grind some maps. Just any 2 rings. I'll take anything. I hate plucking stuff out of my unique tab because I'm lazy. I never put it back. And just throw my stash tabs. I have like 300 stash tabs, maybe more. It's ridiculous. And I've hoarded so much stuff over the leagues. I got so much legacy stuff. And a lot of people in standard do. There's a lot of regulars that play standard on here. I've chatted with, and I've gotten to know pretty good. Really? Any rings? Any rings whatsoever? Take any rings. Anything just to throw on so I can get back to grinding here. That's like the worst thing when you want to create a new build. You gotta you gotta go through these acts. They haven't changed anything about the acts all this time. So let's see. Come on, just any ring. This is the problem when you're a hoarder. You have so much junk. I would imagine, and this is honestly, I would imagine that 3/4 of the gear and all the stuff that I've hoarded in my stash tabs. Like I said, I have 300 plus stash tabs. I would imagine, I would say about 3/4 of it, even the remove only tabs and stuff, I would say 3/4 of it, I could just vendor it because nobody will ever buy it. I've got stuff that nobody's bought that I've lowered the price to like 2 chaos orbs on decent stuff. I mean, it's good, leveling stuff. 2, 3, 4, 5 chaos orb stuff. Nobody's bought it. I don't know why I hoard it. I don't know why. But I've learned over time that most of the uniques, depending on what I'm doing, I'll leave them unless somebody's with me. Then I'll pick them up and they can take them. Especially the newer players, like when I run maps and stuff with newer players, help them level up. Oh, here's a ring. Finally, good lord. I'll just let everybody pick up everything. The only thing I'll take is the divines and exalts. As far as everything else, when I'm leveling with people and they're running maps with me and we're grinding with somebody, I don't pick anything up. I don't need it, so I just let everybody take everything. So feel free to add me on console, on PlayStation, because I'm playing on PS5, and we can run maps or whatever. I don't know, about a dozen other builds that I've messed with. And why is it? I'm just trying to find one more ring and a helmet. I mean, I used to find any helmet. I'm just looking for anything. And again, like I said, this is the problem when you got too much stuff. It takes forever to go through and find anything. But again, I've been playing this game so long. I don't have a lot of low end stuff to equip. But if you're in the Path of Exile, jump in, by all means. As long as you got a headset. I from time to time, people want to join and play. Like I'll chat with them on, I'll see them in the community, and people want to join. But then they just kind of like, there's no conversations to be had. Everybody's afraid to talk. Everybody's like scared or shy or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like put your headset on. Like anybody that games, everybody has headsets now. Everybody has a mic. Like, to say you don't, you're full of nonsense. But get on there. See, this would be ideal. See these hoop of all. Now these are good too. You start getting into the like Act 3, Act 4. You throw a couple of these on your build. It boosts you up pretty good, especially with the resistances. That's a big deal in this game. You got to make sure your resists are good. So any other ring? So let's see. I need one more ring and a helmet, and maybe even a shield would be nice. Of course, you can pick up a lot of that stuff. I'm going to swap out my wand. I'm going to go to my unique tab and grab a different wand. I know there's some like 0 requirement wands or level 1 wands. Let's see. What do we got here? We got a rusted sword. Let's see. Physical damage, attack speed. No. Oh, here we go. Grab another one of these. Why not? We'll throw this in here. And okay, so a helmet and maybe a better belt. So that's what we'll find. And that's what I'm looking for. At least the helmet. I want to pick up something that's just not some junk off the ground in the axe. That way there I can move pretty good through the axe without being stuck too much. Because you can you can run into some grindy situations in the axe, and I don't like doing that. And like I said, that's why I like playing in standard. Now, if I had a good crew of people, like you have a guild in this game. For those of you who don't know, you have a guild. You can have members in your guild. I got a guild with like 3 people in it. I think 4 people in it. But like I said, I hardly ever play with anybody on here. Everybody likes to run solo a lot. But it'd be cool to get a few people to grind and play this on a regular basis. It's more fun when you got more people playing. You have to struggle finding low-level stuff just to throw on. Because once you get some basic gear on, like I can get, like as long as I got some decent beginning gear, I can get through pretty much all the acts. You want to upgrade just a little bit when you get to like acts 9 and 10. That way you're not struggling too much, at least from my experience. So I will take more time later to upgrade my stuff, as you know, and then I try to upgrade as I go a little bit, but I don't spend a whole lot of time, except for like right in the beginning when I'm leveling a character. I will, there we go. I will spend time at the beginning making sure. Curse enemies with vulnerability. No, not a good staff. Let's see. I gotta have some kind of generic helmet or glove. Or helmet or belt. It's gotta be something that has 0 leveling requirements. You would think I'd know this after leveling so many. I've probably leveled at least 30 or 35 different tunes, but some of them I deleted because you can only have so many in your inventory. You can only keep so many characters. Here we go. A driftwood wand. Yeah, we'll use that. And okay, just a helmet. Any helmet. I haven't seen any flask either. So in case anybody's wondering, I'm leveling a witch, and I'm going to do the Arakalis build. I have all the gear for it. I have all the gems, all the clusters and everything, except when I did the Arakalis before, I kind of did it on my own, and for some reason, I chose a Scion, and it didn't work out all that well. A Scion is a very tricky character. It's a very tricky tune. Like you really, really need to know what you're doing when you create a Scion, because the Scion is all over the place. You can literally turn a Scion into anything. But it's tricky, and I gave up on it, and I abandoned it, and then I looked up some other builds on YouTube and PoE and different places that you can search for, look at builds, and it turns out that the Witch is probably the best option for doing the Arakali's minions. And the minion build that I had going with the Scion wasn't half bad. It wasn't the worst. And like I said, I was doing like half of the end game content with it. I was clearing most maps without any issues with it. And it was pretty quick and everything, but it wasn't like I couldn't do anything more with it simply because it wasn't the right build. I just couldn't do anything else. The gear was good. Everything I got for it is perfectly fine, but I need to level into a witch to really take the build over the top. Apparently there's no level 2 helmets. There's just no generic helmet I could throw on. Or I'm just not seeing it either. There's got to be like some basic helmet or belt. All right, let's just go to the unique tab. Like I said, I hate plucking stuff out of my unique tab because I never put it back. So hello to anybody who's watching. Excuse me. How's everybody doing? Say hello. Don't be a stranger. Okay, so let's go check my belts. And let's see what I can just throw on. I just want to throw anything on. There's got to be like a belt. I think I'd know this after doing this so many times. But we got this with some abyss jewels. We don't want that. Maybe there isn't a belt that I can just throw on. to start leveling. See, that one's level 8. And that's 32. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to wait. Well, there's got to be a helmet. There's got to be a helmet I could throw on. Just a generic low-level helmet, but it looks like I might have to get to level 7 or 8. But at least I can throw on a tabula rasa, and then mix and mash whatever I want in that. Here we go. We got a crown of thorns. Yeah, all right. See, this any helmet will do. Okay, good enough. All right. So hopefully, if I add there we go. And then let's link them. Hopefully doing this doesn't raise the level of this wand. Perfect. We'll just throw those in there. And I guess we're good for right now. So we really don't need anything else. Just get through the axe. But what I find interesting is I can't allocate a passive. Select. So I'm not sure what to make of that. If anybody's watching or anybody knows why, what am I missing here? It says I got 1 point to allocate. Hey, what's up, Kenneth Bird? How you doing, Kenneth? You ever play pathofExile? You can join me if you want. Jump in on console, put a headset on, and jump in here and join me. And tell me why I can't allocate my very first point. I don't understand. Oh, maybe I have to start up here, is what I'm guessing, because I'm a noob. All right, so let's do this. And spell damage, maximum mana. That's what it is. It's going to force me up here. I've never done a witch. I've done the Scion, and I've done Marauders and Juggernauts and Rangers and all the other ones, but I've never really done a witch, so I'm not really sure what to expect with this passive tree. So I'm guessing we probably want to start out with cast speed. Maybe all these? I don't know. But I know we're going to need some mana, and we got to focus on the resists. So Kenneth, do you play pathofExile? Believe it or not, I've talked to tons and tons of other gamers, and a lot of people don't play this. As popular as it is, it's a very popular game. Okay, so we'll go there. I'm looking, you have to bear with me. We're looking at the skill tree here, the passive tree, just to see, look ahead here a little bit. So we definitely want to take these. I mean, we got to work our way. Yeah, we got to work our way all the way over here. So we definitely want a lot of intelligence. We want a lot of mana. We don't want brand damage. So let's see, what would be a good way? So if we start out here, come here, we got to get up to these clusters up here. We need all 3 sets of clusters. There's 3 cluster jewels for this build, so we got to get that one. So I think that's the goal. We'll just go straight there, and we'll work our way down across this whole side, and then grab whatever we need until we get down to here. So we got to get all these cluster slots unlocked. All right, so let's go. Okay.
I know
Finally.
that stench. Just like my sisters upon the pyre.
So I like to grind and open chests. I'm one of those players. Some people call me boring. But I like to grind it out. I pick up almost all the currency. And I like clearing boards and I like clearing maps. Like there's a lot of people that I've played with that will grind maps. They'll blow through the map and go straight to the end, kill the boss, and then leave. Me, I don't like doing that. I like to have 0 enemies left on the board. And that's probably one of the reasons why I don't like the axe so much. Because I have this thing where I got to just grind everything, so I clear out every area. So most of the time when I get a character leveled up, when I get through the axe and I finally get to maps, I would say my characters are usually in the low 70s, maybe 71, level 71, 72.
To learn is to live.
When I finally clear the axe. Like I said, I am not a pathofExile pro. Like there's guys I play with that can turn just about any tune into an end game viable character. Me, I'm pretty fond of the Ranger. I like every time I try a new build when I start a new league, I always create a Ranger. And I like Caustic Arrow. It's a very well-rounded build. It's simple. Get yourself a decent bow. Focus on dexterity. Get your resist up. And it's pretty cut and dry. So anything damage over time, chaos damage, and you can build a strong Ranger with Caustic Arrow. Pretty quick, too. Because I have several Rangers that I've messed with. And they are... Like when I get to, we'll say, I'm fighting a fire monster with fire, and I'm doing damage to it. Make it make sense. But with the Rangers, I can do almost well, half. I'd say about half the end game content with a mid-level 80 Ranger doing Caustic Arrow. If anybody knows anything about Arakali's Fang, by all means, jump in there and give me some advice, give me some tips. I'm always open to advice and help when it comes to these new builds. And I know that Arakali's Fang can do all end game content. The only thing that I learned when I did the Arakali's with the Scion build was that, like when I did certain things with it, it couldn't hang at all. So what do we need to do? We need to go in here, the mud flats, right? Mud flats. There we go. I will say this, though, what's nice about leveling your tune first few acts, it doesn't hold you back as far as leveling. You gain levels pretty quick until it starts grinding you down. See, like I'm already at level 4. So it doesn't grind you down too hard until it really slows. The leveling really slows down when you get to about level 60, 65. That's when you'll start noticing that it starts bogging down a little bit. And then once you get to maps, you hit level 80, you're able to equip everything that you need. And then it becomes grindy with the maps. And so that's what I usually do to try to get my build to like level 90. And then once you get to level 90, depending on what you have, generally most builds at level 90 are already end game viable. And then getting the extra passes, trying to get to 100. It's just like extra bonuses because you get to level 90. As long as you know what you're doing, I would say level 90, you're doing everything end game as long as your build is good. Okay, and like I said, that's just because in standard, if you've done multiple leagues over time, you've acquired so much stuff that you don't need to struggle to find the gear that you're looking for. You can just slip right into all your mirror gear and all your end game stuff without any problems. But doing leagues, it's a complete grind. Unless you have like a good group of people you play with, going solo, it's pretty tough. I like watching the
I think this ray class will serve.
the hardcore solo players that will stream on Twitch and stuff. I like watching them because if they die, then you gotta start over. So I think that's kind of funny. So you gotta be really good and really know what you're doing, and a lot of luck involved to get to end game content. So, like I said before, if you like playing Path of Exile, you want to jump in and join me sometime. The more, the merrier. Just as long as you got a headset. 'Cause I like to talk and chat. You can join my guild, or not. Is that it? Did I get about everything? Oh, a few more dudes here. I forgot I had the little minion gem equipped. Just let them do everything. Okay, so I got some passive points to equip. Alright, let's see. So, where were we? All the way up here. So we need to focus on... I guess we'll just do spell damage. That way they were a little stronger. And is this the right way? Okay, so we'll come back to that. Get 'em, boys. Yeah, there's only like I think there's 4 trophies that I have not gotten in Path of Exile. I've gotten all the trophies, I think, except for 4. And one of them is having like 60 minions. I've never been a minion guy. But I know minions are very popular. I've played with guys that had like 50 of those 60 minions and like on the screen at the same time. It's crazy. They fill up the whole screen. They got a whole horde of guys. But you really know what you're doing. You need to know what you're doing with the minion stuff, and I have no idea. But we're gonna learn a little bit. I'm gonna do this Arakali's thing. See? Another level, just like that. Level 6. No, the only bad thing about this game, as far as just a handful of complaints, I don't like the drop rates of high end stuff. I've put in thousands and thousands of hours and done all kinds of, like just about every content this game you can do. I've done everything. And I haven't even gotten a mirror shard. And then I've watched videos where somebody's like been playing the game, got 40 hours into the game, and they're leveling their second tune ever, and they get a mirror drop in like Act 4. It's the craziest thing with this game. Never gotten the Mirror of Calandra, yet somehow people have them. Though I have gotten some divination cards from stack decks and stuff, or however I got them. Maybe rituals. I don't remember how I got them. I got some mirror shard divination cards. So that's as close as I've gotten to anything mirror related. You would think after getting so many hours in a game. That inevitably you would get a mirror drop. But that's not how Path of Exile works. But I've noticed that a lot of high-end streamers, I guess I missed a monster somewhere. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. Some of the bigger streamers of this game, they get mirror drops, they get headhunter drops, they've gotten mage blood drops. I've seen the videos where they've gotten the drops. And I'm wondering if there's some kind of favoritism there. Gotta be. Could just be me. I don't want to speculate too much, but what are the odds? With some of Path of Exile's favorite streamers, there we go, getting mirror drops and stuff in their videos, and yet those regular folk they don't get anything. I did find the coolest find that I ever got was I got a replica. I found a replica headhunter. I think that's the most rare, coolest thing I've ever found organically. Everything else I've had to buy or trade for. Like my mage blood, I had to buy. Even though I tried chancing everything, I tried doing all that stuff, chancing it, ancient orbs, everything. Chance orbs. Just I've done everything possible to try to get some of the high-end gear over the course of time playing this game, and I've never succeeded. So the headhunter I had to buy. So I have two headhunters and two replica headhunters. I found the one replica headhunter, and then all the rest I either traded for or just bought off the market. Yep, so if you like jumping in and joining me sometime, go ahead. You got a tune you want to level up or whatever, jump in. We'll grind out some maps together or something. I got other tunes. All right. Okay. And a lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to get back into reviewing my Predators, my NECA stuff, and all that cool stuff. Yeah. I have a bunch of cool stuff ready to go. I guess I could be doing video reviews right now. Instead, I'm doing this. But it's been a little while since I did any gaming. But yeah, there's years worth of videos to catch up on as far as Predators. There's tons of Predator stuff. All the NECA McFarlane stuff I usually like to do. All the Marvel stuff, DC stuff. I got tons of it. I haven't really kept up with any of the newer stuff though. I kind of just backed off. Though I have bought a few newer Transformers. So yeah, mostly just Optimus stuff. All right, let's allocate some points here. Okay, so we need to, let me see. How do we get up there the quickest? Okay, so we need to get to this over here. So we want to, so we're going to work our way down here, and I probably want to unlock that jewel socket too. So we probably get that jewel socket on the way up too. And then these three. Okay, where were we? Guess we'll go this way. So I'm probably not going to stream the entire run through the axe because that could be monotonous and boring. But I think I will do a few live streams with this build through the axe just to share it with you guys, show it off. But mainly I just want to get through the axe and get to level 70, and then I can equip almost everything I got ready to go for this build. And then I'll probably stream some more stuff as I am working the build and tweaking the build to try to maximize everything. And then really just do a lot of the end game content stuff with it and see how it works out. So I think we're done in here. Yeah, I think we're done in here. Let's see. I should grab a portal gem. And the load times on console are a lot slower than PC as well. All right, so we'll talk to you.
Now that you've drained it.
Frost bomb. What do we want to mess with? Oops. And
you managed
frost
to
blade.
kill a necromancer. I've traveled.
Okay, then we will go here real quick. I don't even know why. I'm messing with most builds. You don't, if you do them right, most builds you don't need flasks like that. Maybe like one life flask or something if you do it right. So we'll throw for frost blink in here and summon raging spirit. Thought I had that already. No, raise zombie. So we'll do this here. We'll throw that in there. Let me grab a. Let's see here. Want my too low level? Oh, I gotta get to level 10 for a portal scroll. Isn't that something? So we'll just grab that and set that, have that ready to go. Just want to get to level 10. And I don't think there's any other support, anything I can throw on. Or am I still too low level? I think I'm too low level for almost everything. It's crazy. Like I said, everything starts opening up for you once you get to like level 15, level 20. Then everything starts becoming more and more available. That's when the game gets more fun. Like the acts, the first 2-3 acts are just terrible. So grindy. That's why a lot of people just run right through them as fast as possible. And I get it. I've done it. I've speed leveled characters, and then I go back later and get the extra passes and stuff. Well, I'm still too low level for any of that stuff. Okay. Oh, let's allocate this passive. Okay, and okay, so now we got to go to. So there's a flooded depths. So where is the ship? Okay, so we need to go here. Go to the tidal islands and get the medicine chest. I say we'll do that. How's everybody been doing? Yes, more reviews are coming. And a bunch of people message me on like over on Instagram and stuff. Be like, can you do more Game of Thrones stuff? Yeah, I got a bunch of Game of Thrones, not a ton, but I do have a nice little collection of Game of Thrones stuff from earlier releases. I haven't picked up anything. No, scratch that. I did pick up a couple things from the House of the Dragon stuff. So I just got to get off my butt and review some of that stuff. And I got a ton of older NECA stuff too. A lot of Predator, a lot of horror stuff, monster stuff, Aliens, Michael Myers, Rocky. Got tons of stuff. Voltron. I got a lot of Voltron stuff too, and just a whole slew of Optimus Prime stuff that I would like to review. Look at that. Simple stuff. The way YouTube has cracked down on all toy reviewers and collectors, the people that like to review their collections and stuff, they just crack down on all that stuff for what reason, I don't know. But they've pretty much killed the collector's market, the collector world on YouTube. And there's really no other outlet you can use besides YouTube. What other websites are there for figure reviewers and toy reviewers and stuff? What, like Facebook cracks down on that stuff pretty good, and Rumble. I put some content up over on Rumble, but I don't think that website is geared for people like me, to be honest with you. Rumble is not for toy reviewers and stuff. No, there are gamers. There's people over there like stream and game and stuff over there, but it's a very politicized website, platform. And I've probably got 100 videos up over there, and there's only been a couple that have actually done anything of note. All the rest, it's like I said, there's no... That place is not, it's not really for, where am I going here? I don't even know where I'm doing. And then there's like a bunch of other websites that I've looked into that I've seen where you can upload. I've uploaded some content. and nothing gains traction at all. Not like YouTube used to. Yeah, YouTube has killed the market. They've killed the platform for collectors and Transformer reviewers and stuff, which I don't understand that, but okay. They can do whatever they'd like. And I don't get into politics. I don't get into any of that stuff. So Rumble's really not. If you're gonna look for other platforms to upload toy reviews and review content, collectibles and stuff, YouTube is pretty much done. And Rumble is too political, so there's really not a platform there for what we do, what I like to do. And there's really nothing else. Facebook's pretty tight on things. I don't know what's going on with Twitter. Somebody told me they're going to start allowing you to do stuff on Twitter. I don't know how that is going to play out. I've been waiting to see anything that comes from that, but I haven't really seen a lot of action figure reviewers, toy reviewers on there. I don't know where you can really go to become a viable reviewer.
I'd almost stop believing. Tarklee's as good a man.
I left one there. Let's see. Elemental proliferate. Increased duration of elemental ailments. Spell cascade. Nah. Summon Phantasm. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. Why not?
So, you managed to salvage Shake.
You know, it'd be really cool. This is an idea. This is a thought I've had for a long time about this game. It'd be really cool is if you've done all the end game content and stuff, and you have only in standard though, and you got like my highest level character is level 97. I could get it to a level 100, but I play too freely to care. I just go, so I'll die I die all the time. So level 97 is the highest I've gotten. But I think that if you've done all endgame, like there's certain requirements that you've met, and especially in standard with certain tunes that you've created, I think that if say you want to try a new build, and you want to create a new character, say you want to do another assassin or something, I think that you should have the option to say skip axe, and then it should just allocate you because you've earned it and met certain requirements. Only in standard though, they should just automatically you should just say I'm going to create this character and lets you jump right to level 80, and then give you all the passes if you've met requirements from previous builds and stuff, and only in standard. That way, you don't have to level a tune every time you want to try something new. You know what I mean? But that's just my take on it. Okay, so travel to Prisoner's Gate. Okay. But I think with the League, of course, just start everybody out the same and build your guy organically, and mess with the market and stuff, which I think is cool. But like I said, in my opinion, a lot of the leagues, the Calandra League was okay. I did mess with the Calandra League a little bit. But ultimately, that became very grindy. So I opted to not continue playing the Calandra League, and I've skipped the last couple leagues. They're just not very exciting, and they're kind of repetitious, in my opinion. Okay, so we gotta go this way here. Then you get a few minions when you're leveling up. Or ballista and totems. Totems are good to have too when you're leveling a guy. Makes things a little bit more smooth when you're running through the axe. You don't go in the right way here. Oh, here we go. We're making our way towards the end of Act 1. And like I said, just wanted to stream Act 1. Have a little fun, do a little live stream on this. Because why not? There we go. Whoa, right, level 9. Making progress. And then later when I get more time to play, I'll do some more levels on my own, and then maybe stream another couple acts with this build, and then ultimately try to get her, this witch, to the maps. And then I can really go to town once I get all the right gear on, get Arakalis and all that. I don't know what the minimum level is for equipping an Arakali's Fang. It's probably 40 or 50. Okay. But like I said, add me on console if you guys play Path of Exile. The more the merrier. It's always fun to run maps and do stuff with people. And then you get share gear and different stuff and help each other on your builds and stuff. So it's always more fun to group up. I love these minions. Almost at level 10, just like that. Yeah, it wasn't. There was a video. It's probably still on YouTube. There was a video I saw probably a couple years ago. I watched a video. Somebody was streaming. It was on PC. Most of the people that stream are on PC, and they were brand new to the game, and they were on a call with. They were talking to somebody, and they were in Act 1 on the beach, and this person had never played this game before, and their buddy was on the mic with them, but it was just him playing solo, and he got a mirror drop, a mirror of Kalanda drop in Act 1 on the opening thing. Where's my mirror? I want a mirror of Kalandra so bad. I never owned one.
Fate smiles with sharp teeth.
And just like that, we're at level 10. Well, at least now I can put a few other newer, better pieces of gear on and equip the portal gem, and then maybe grab a different skill gem. This fireball is kind of so-so. It's doing the job though. Did we get it? I think we got it. Yeah, we got it. And if you don't play Path of Exile, it looks interesting. Jump in. I got tons of stuff that I can help with your build. And we could get you started if you're interested in playing Path of Exile. Always happy to make new buddies. All right. So jump on in there. Add me on the console. So I do have a PC account too, but I never play it. I'm kind of old school. I like to play with the controllers. So I am probably missing out on a lot, obviously, by not playing on PC. There's way more people that play on PC. But console's not the worst. It's a bit buggy. Sometimes rubber bands sometimes there's lag and stuff. Then you can just try switching servers and stuff. That's another thing about this game. Gives you the option to switch servers. And my console's hardwired into the internet, so very rare do I ever deal with any of that. Okay. You know, oh, that's the other one. That's one of the other trophies I haven't gotten yet. Is to find all the lore in Path of Exile, which I believe is just in all the acts. I don't know if it's glitched or whatever, but I watched a guide on it. I watched several videos of that over the years. How to get that trophy for finding all the lore in the acts, and I'm pretty sure I've found everything, and yet I still have not got that achievement. Which is very curious. And then to have 60 minions. That's a tough one too. Well, at least for me, it's tough. So there's only 4 trophies that I need to have them all. It'd be kind of cool to get them. All right.
Rather burn than call such a place home.
All right, which way do we go here? Not really sure where to go here. Let's see. Yeah, I get offers on the market all the time too. That's the other thing with the market on console is ridiculous. People lowball you, something fierce. They're always trying to get high-end items for nothing. And so I'm one of those guys. I hate to say it, but I don't even reject the offers. I just let them all sit there. Only viable offers do I actually go in there and take a look. All the rest, I don't even reject them or say anything. I just leave them. Because why not? Because most people that play this game, in general, they know what something's worth. Whether it's a unique or a crafted item, they know what it's worth. And then if you got something that's worth like 10 divines, and they're offering you like 5K, 5 chaos, or it's ridiculous on here. It happens constantly. It's just ridiculous. I think that they should do what would be really cool about Path of Exile with the trade market. I think one of the other cool things what they should do is do like a buy it now eBay scenario, because there's a lot of scam stuff goes on here. Like there's a lot of price fixing and stuff that goes on, and I've actually had currency where I've actually tried to buy a Mirror of Calandra and they want like 400 divines or something crazy, and I've made the offers on that, and they'll sit there, and then you go online and see who's selling them, because you can see who's selling what on here, and you'll see it's the same people all the time, and they don't respond, and you'll see them online too. They'll be online and everything, because it takes just seconds to go on and see who's selling what, and it'll tell you if they're on and everything, and you'll see it, and they just, yeah, this price fixers scammy. It's very scammy. So, and I think two good things come out of it. One, if you have an item listed for a set amount, for a buy it now price, then there should be an automatic just buy it. So if somebody wants 3 divines for something, you offer 3 divines for it, boom, it's automatic. The sales is done. Just no different than eBay. And because of that, that will eliminate 100% of all the price fixers in this game. Because the trade market in this game it's not the worst. It's kind of broken though, and I'm not sure why. I'm sure the developers have their reasons why. I've never really investigated it too much, but I'm sure there's answers to why they won't do that. But I think a buy it now scenario, because how cool would it be? Say you can't play for a few days. Say you're offline for a week and you got a ton of stuff on the market. How cool would it be just to come on and all of a sudden see, you made 40 or 50 sales and you got all this currency sitting there, and no fuss, no muss. But that's my opinion on it. But they make you review every offer. All right, so we're gonna unlock that jewel socket and make our way up this way. Now we got a jewel socket unlocked. But yeah, a buy it now system in this game would fix a lot of problems on the trade market. Of course, you'd have a bunch of people whining about that too, boo-hooing. But I think for the integrity of what it is, getting rid of all the price fixing and all the scammy stuff that goes on in this game would be a big improvement. But again, that's just my take on it. You can make an argument both ways. I've had conversations and debates with people about it. Buddies of mine have played this game, and they say the same thing. They're like, well, there's reasons why they don't do that, and then there's reasons why they should. So it's an argument. It can go both ways. Okay. Am I going the right way here? I always get turned around. In these areas. Well, that's the one cool thing about standard. You don't have to do all the trials of ascendancy. Once you've done them with one tune, then that's it. You don't ever have to do them again with a new tune. So that's always nice. That's a nice little perk. Because doing the trials are just boring. Well, I mean, not, you know what I'm saying. I mean, you still have to go and do your ascendancies. What I'm saying is that, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Well, at least anybody who's played this game, they know what I'm saying. Where am I going here? I'm all twisted around. I'm not a big fan of playing with the map up. I've watched a lot of streamers, they do that. They'll play with the map up. And I only do that for instances like this when you get turned around. I'll do it. Am I going the right way here? I think I'm going the right way. But what's really cool about this game is the diversity with all the different builds. Like it's almost unlimited. Like you can take any type of build and turn it into just about anything you want. It's almost unlimited. Okay, let's see.
Ignorance brought you here, sister.
There
to
we
the
go.
one place where your talent...
Going the right way here.
Still the Karui barbarians advance upon us. Lina is dead, his legion slaughtered along with every eternal man, woman and child from Lina's watch at the foot of our axiom. Should the need arise, we shall retreat through Prisoner's Gate, raising my barricade behind us. Yet our salvation is at hand. Foul times demand heroic deeds, and through my arts our Lord Brutus will arise anew to the flame. Dry sands quench their thirst with Karui blood when our mighty warden delivers his judgment upon them.
Had you been my creation, brute, you'd not have fallen.
My loyal Declan, give Our Lady Piety your absolute support and watch her with absolute scrutiny. There is much to learn.
Hey, finally made it to Prisoner's Gate. Sweet!
And the Soulless One. I would hate for Piety to feel that she need shoulder such perilous wisdom alone. Dominus.
Okay. Almost there. Now, I will admit, doing Act 1 has taken me twice as long as it normally does, because I'm farting around way more than I normally do. Now, let's do this. And then Frostblink. Forgot that I had Frostblink.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Well, that makes things a little bit easier. Maybe I had people tell me to play Fortnite, but I don't know anything about it. I've been wanting to get in it. Is Fortnite still even a big deal? I know it was a few years ago, but I don't even know if it's worth messing. Is it worth? Okay, now back this way. So what is anybody watching? I don't even know if I have any watchers. What does everybody else play? Does anybody get into anything? Anybody playing Diablo or Baldur's Gate? I'm doing Baldur's Gate. I love those little minions. Oh, my doggies are barking. Okay. Yeah, so if you're interested, jump on here and join me. You want to level a guy? I'll help you out. I'll help you with your first build or level a new build, or we'll just run maps. We just grind maps. Maybe help me out. I can help you out. Oh, okay, so we're coming to the end of this. I think this is what we're going to call it.
Appear to be dining well.
This is probably a good leave-off point. And then hopefully within the next couple days I'll be able to get back on here and do some more streaming of this. I got to get some, I got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. There's a bunch of Ghostbuster stuff I want to do that I'm really wanting to do. And then I got the Game of Thrones stuff all lined up too. But I think this is where we're going to end it. So for those of you who actually stopped in, thanks for stopping in. You can leave a comment next time. Have a chat with me. And if you're up to it, add me on console. If you want to play some pathofExile or some Baldur's Gate or, you know, something, or maybe convince me to play some Diablo. If you're into Diablo too. I love all the fantasy stuff, all the dungeon crawler stuff. But either way, it's been fun. We'll talk to